Okay guys, it is a full review update on the VermiBag today. If you saw my update on the glass vase, you will know that I moved those blue worms from the glass vase experiment into this bin to open up some space for some new projects. If you haven't seen, I started a cocoon bin similar to what Lilia Kogan does. So I'm trying to make sure I don't grow my number of bins to a number I can't manage. It's already borderline that way. But these worms are looking really good. I'm noticing a little bit more springtail activity, but the castings look gorgeous, so why complain? Not seeing high numbers in any one place per se. But the ones that I do see in here look to be doing really, really well. I did just spot a few of my little beetles in here. I wish I knew where they came from so I could try to manage them better, because I have never seen them outside my bins in my house, but for some reason they make their way into most of my systems. I'm thinking it has something to do with the cardboard that they come in on my bedding sources somehow. Of course, that's just a theory. I really don't know that, but it's hard for me to imagine where else they could come from since I freeze my scraps most of the time. I struggle to understand where some of these little critters come from, but as we can see, the bin does not seem to be suffering. And I don't see them in crazy high numbers, but they're certainly in here. So let me grab a few pieces of bedding and we will get these guys fed up for the week. So typical Crazy Worm Lady style, I am putting in random whole pieces of bedding. I can tear them up as they start to break down, but there's no problem with putting in whole pieces of bedding. They just take a little bit longer to break down, but it's nothing to concern yourself with unless you're in some sort of big rush. So I have all of that down there, and whoa, since Tom told me to challenge this system, I need to clean up over here. It's a mess. I'm going to continue to challenge it. So almost 4 pounds. This is similar to what I would feed my urban worm bag. But borderline. And it's very wet. That's why it's good we have quite a bit of bedding sources in here, and I'm probably going to even throw a few more. Since this system is more breathable, I definitely find that it runs a hair on the dry side, so I really don't worry too much if there's a lot of moisture in my food. On the way down into the system, it's going to be absorbed by those castings and just keep them nice and fresh and full of microbial activity, so I really just don't give it too much thought at all. So let me grab a few more pieces of bedding to cover this up. I'll probably sprinkle a little bit more oyster shell and we will call it a day. Okay, so I remembered I have some coconut coir, so I figured we could use some of that because it would be a very good barrier against any sort of bugs. So I have it in a tote over here. Some of it's dried out a little bit, but this was pre-moistened, so I think it'll do well. And I'm just going to give a nice couple of handfuls. I store castings, I store coconut coir in some of these really large totes. It works really well. And I guess they could always have a purpose in the future as well, but gives lots of space for my coconut coir bricks to expand because they expand like crazy, so you need a big space. But I've been doing a lot of projects lately. My room in here is getting overrun, so I need to do some picking up this week. Like I said, got bedding over on the floor, a box full of junk. I still have some Christmas something or other down there, so that's probably going to stay there until this Christmas because I haven't gotten to it. So I think this should probably be good, given a pretty nice healthy covering to our feeding. It's loosely covered, but definitely covered more than just with egg crate and all of that. So I think this will do well. We'll give these guys a week to go at it, and we will come back for another update. I'm thinking next week of trying to go back and use our window some more, do some feedings right down by the window. And I think we're looking at a harvest pretty darn soon. So let me know what you think. Drop those comments below. Like this video. Subscribe if you'd like some more content from me. Feel free to share with your friends. Let them know what you're doing and how cool it is. Trying to get as many people interested in the hobby as possible. So I will talk to you guys soon, and I hope you have a great night.